How's it going today, guys? It's Saturday morning. It's snowing here right now. Um, I got a little time to kill this morning before everybody wakes up, so let's keep going on our low voltage practice job here. So I'm going to open LV-1. If you remember where we left off, we had finished up drawing in all the lines and we had renamed the file X Hospital. X was to signify the XREF. So now that we have things set up, we can kind of start deleting stuff. So um, we'll get rid of this PDF, and then we will also delete this because we're going to now bring in this background as an XREF. And the reason you want to do that, when you have an XREF in, you can lock the file. Um, you can lock it here too, but the thing is you won't be accidentally able to move stuff, and when you're hovering over stuff you don't have it highlighting or anything like that, so you'll see what I'm saying. And then plus with an XREF, that is a file that typically gets saved on your company's network, and then um, you may have multiple people working on that file, and so one person can manage the XREF, and it will change. That file will go throughout everyone's computer working on it. So if somebody makes an update to the XREF, say a room size changes or um, the building shape changes, somebody can manage the XREF and then hit save, and that will send a message to your AutoCAD for everyone who's in that file, and it will say to update, and then it'll refresh, and you will get the updated background. So we're going to delete this, and then when you delete everything like this, then you want to purge. And then purging, you just type in purge, P-U-R-G-E, and we're going to select all items. So let's purge all checked items, and close now. Um, I'm going to set this to 0 and purge one more time. Because wall was selected as the layer that I was using, it won't purge anything that is like the current, um, it won't purge the current deal. So let me just see one more time. Just to ensure I got everything, I'm going to hit Control A, and you see there was a circle left. I was wondering why it wasn't allowing me. So we'll hit Control A, E, Enter. Now it's gone. Now we should be able to purge everything. Purge all. Purge this item. Now if we go to our layers, we have a clean slate. It's like we just started again. Um, so first things first, let's type in layer, and let's create a new one. And let's name this XREF. I'm going to set the color to 8. And basically, most companies I've worked at, 8 has been the layer that is set up to print a little lighter. And that's all done with your CTB file, which is kind of your CTB file is what it tells the printer how light or dark to make certain colors. Um, so we'll get into that later, but let's just set things color 8 for now. We got our file called XREF. So let's go up here and select XREF. And now just type in XREF. And it's gonna, I'll expand this window here. So it's showing this because we had imported that PDF before, but we've deleted it. So let's just hit detach. So right now it's showing that we're in LV-1. So up here, there's this little button. We're gonna just type attach, or we're gonna click attach DWG. Let's go to our desktop and let's find X Hospital. Hit open, and then it's gonna, wherever point this was saved, and if I remember right, the bottom left corner was saved at 00, which you always want to have like a good reference point like that, and I'll explain those later, so just don't worry about it. We're just gonna hit OK. It's asking for the reference point. I'm just going to hit 0, 0, enter. It brought in that little smiley face first, but so here we go. So you can see in the XREF, we still have the PDF on. We don't want that anymore. So let's right click in and let's hit open XREF. So now it's going to open that drawing. And let's just go in for the moment and just delete this PDF. We don't need it anymore. Okay. And then we will close out of this. It'll prompt us to save. We will hit yes. And now you see down in the corner here, it says reload hospital. So this is what I was talking about. So if you have like a CAD manager or somebody like the lead drafter on a project, they'll be the ones that are managing the XREF. And then again, when they make a change and hit save, everyone's machine that's working on this project, there may be guys doing the low voltage, there may be guys doing the electrical, guys doing the mechanical, whoever's doing what in the company. An XREF change happens, you'll see this message, you just hit reload, and then now it reflects the change that we have. So bear with me here. I don't want my UCS showing up right here. I'm just going to move it. Okay. So when I'm working in this, for one, we want our colors to print properly. And again, we can go into the CTB file later, but at the company I worked at previously, number 8 would print lighter so that when all the work you did would show up more bold. It would print boldly, so your work stood out. So we need to get our XREF to properly be shown in the project. So type in layer, and if you look on the left here, you can click XREF. So now this is going to bring up the layers that are within the XREF. So now we're not manipulating the project, our current LV-1 layers, we're manipulating the layers of the XREF. So I'm just going to grab everything and then select the color and choose 8 and hit OK. And now you can see we have our background set up the way we want it. Let's hit save. Okay, so now that our background is set up, I think we should need to start looking at getting our sheet set up. So first off, let's delete this viewport because things are going to change here. So just so you know, I'm going to delete this second layout too. And then just so you know, so you have model space and paper space. So model space is an infinite world. It's 100 miles wide or more, whatever. It's a huge space. And then paper space is literally what you see here. So for example, in here, this is roughly 10 inches by, again, I'm just going rough. It's 10 by 8 or probably 11 by 8, whatever the sheet is. This is how much space we have here. So you get no more, no less, and the only way to change that is you need to go up here to the printer, and here's where you set up your sheet size, your paper space. But first off, we need to get a title block in here. And so AutoCAD already has title blocks. If your company doesn't already have them, which it will, your company will have its own title block set up, which they'll provide you to use on all your projects. But since we don't have one, you go to New. Let's back out and do that one more time. So go to New, and then you have templates set up here. Let's go to Sheet Sets, and then let's choose Architectural Imperial. And we're just going to go in here and we're going to grab this kind of generic title block that they already have. Okay, so let's select all. Okay, and I'm selecting everything and hitting Control C. And then let's go to our project that we're in. I'm going to right click and I'm going to paste to original coordinates. Okay, so you can see the size difference, and let's measure what we're working with here. So this is 2 foot 10.5 by 1 foot 11. So arch D. You know, I have to look up just because it's been a long time. Okay, so arch D is 24 by 36. So now that we have our um, our title block in, now we need to set up paper space to actually fit that. Because as you can see right now, the title block is way outside of the paper space. So let's say that we wanted to print it as it was. Show this again. We're going to do single sheets. So right here, it's set up for 8.5 by 11. What to plot the layout. So if we were to just set this to Adobe PDF, usually there's a DWG to PDF. That's what I always select. And then I'm going to hit apply to layout just so it keeps that command. If we went to preview it, we're only getting the bottom left corner here. And this is really easy to fix. So first thing we want to do is we want to go to Arch D, 24 by 36. Let's go for the plot area, what to plot. We want to plot the extents. So let's go to extents, and then you want to hit center the plot. Now if we preview it, it has everything in that we need in there, and I see that we're kind of cutting off this line here. Bear with me. I have to do that again because once you make a change like that, you need to hit. So let's go to extents, center the plot. You need to hit apply to layout. Now when we hit this X button, the white will change and we can see what we're cutting in. And as you can see here, this little portion is getting cut off. So I'm going to edit this block in place. This is a block. It's all connected. So I'm going to right click, hit edit block in place. And I'm just going to move this thing, guys. Again, this is a fake job, and I'm just trying to show you guys how to get this to look somewhat nice. So again, by doing that though, we don't have that uniform thickness of that line all the way around, but your CAD manager will notice. But for what we're doing right now, it's just fine. So let's go to print, preview. Now we see everything fits in here nicely. Okay, so a couple things here. Here's where we can type in all of our, I just want to see once if we delete this, why does it seem like there's so much stuff stacked up in here? All right, so we can select this project name. We're just going to put, and typically it's going to always be all caps, you guys, for the most part, unless there's certain things that don't require caps, but for a lot of blueprint stuff, it'll be all caps. So let's just put in hospital. It's on a locked layer and can't be updated. Well, because it said that, so now we need to look. Let's select this again. And up here, let's uncheck this lock. And let's see if that, I've never used one of these template ones before, but I imagine that this should work. So let's just type in hospital. I'm about to delete whatever this is in here. Just because I'm not well enough versed in this. Oh, I see what's going on. Sorry. I got to hit save changes. We moved that line. There we go. So we were still in the block editor, you guys. So hospital, project address 12345, wishful thinking lane. Project name. Low voltage example. Date scale as noted for now. Sheet number LV-1. Okay, let's go to block editor again. Close block. I need to edit the block in place. There's a lot of stuff doubled up in here, and I'm not quite sure why. Oh, geez, guys, sorry. I should have played with this first. There we go. Now we're able to delete some of the stuff, and we're just gonna undo. Just for the moment. I mean, this doesn't look great, but all right, firm name and address. I'm just gonna smack a logo in here. So we'll go back to edit block in place. Now I want to insert an image. So I will go to insert. Let's see here. Attach. Image files, and let's grab my logo. All right, so I don't like the way that's going to fit in there. So then when you need to modify a logo, then there's probably a ton of ways to do it. I'm just going to go and open this with open it with Paint, and I'll just clean it up real fast. And we're just going to crop it. Now I just need to hit save. Redline Rev1. All right, now let's insert, let's try this again. I'm sure it saved it to my pics folders. Oh, I already have a Redline drafting folder or Redline logo in here. Let's just use this one. Right, that's that. We got that in there. And again, guys, I apologize. It's 5:30 in the morning. I just woke up and I'm just doing this for fun here. And I haven't had to set up a title block or anything in AutoCAD in a long time, probably 15 years. So bear with me. All right, so we have a basic title block set up. We have our XREF in place in the background. Next, we need to get our viewport so that it fits in here. So type in, so I'm going to create a layer called viewport. So go under all, let's hit new, undo that. So new, let's name this viewport. Everything's fine there. Let's hit close. Let's make sure the viewport tab is set up. And then let's type in viewport. So I'm just going to hit single, and then it's going to prompt us to pick the size of the viewport that we want. So basically, we want to make sure that it fits within our space here. So you pick the 2 points you want, and I went from corner to corner and try to get as much space as possible. And then, okay, so if I want to have text that appears in the sheet space, or if I want to do anything in here, you can see that right now we're in layout space. And I'm going to rename this actually to our sheet name, LV-1. Actually, for the sake of this, because just to have it make sense a little bit, I'm going to type in paper space. So if I double click in the window, now I'm in model space. So now I can actually make changes in this world right here, but I'm making them through the layout space. I'm doing it right through the title block. It's not the best habit to get into. One thing you want to make sure you do as well is we need to set the scale for this. So you double click in, oops, double click in there. Now we're in model space, and now down in the corner here, here's where we can set the scale. And the most standard one is going to be eighth inch equals a foot, but we have so much space here. I'm going to do a quarter equals a foot. And then once you select your scale, you want to lock it. So now, let's say I hit P for pan and I want to move around in there. It doesn't move the background. Now, if this is unlocked and I hit pan, you'll see that everything can move around inside model space. And you don't want that. You want stuff in model space through your viewport to remain in place where it's supposed to be. So let's hit lock. We will zoom to extents. And guys, I'm gonna call it on this video. So this is part 3. Basically, we worked on the XREF, getting that in, and we set up a basic title block. A little sloppy, sorry about that. It's been a while, but that's how you get to this point. The next one, part 4, we will work on setting up some low voltage symbols. We'll create some, and then we'll start doing a basic layout. And then just for the last thing to look at, guys, before I sign off here, if we went to plot, now that we have a basic setup, and went to preview, we already have a nice looking little sheet set up. So we're getting there. We're gonna need to clean up the title block. We'll do that next time. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later. Thanks.